Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where we bring you the latest and most exciting sports news every single day. Tonight, we're diving headfirst into a tantalizing rumor that's been buzzing around the league ever since LA's early playoff exit. Could the Lakers be eyeing 6'9" versatile forward Kobe Sanders, fresh off the draft board, as their next secret weapon? Keep your eyes glued to the screen, because we're peeling back the curtain, asking the hard questions and speculating on a move that, if it happens, would send waves through the NBA. It all starts with LA's glaring need for length, versatility, and defensive disruption, a trifecta that Sanders checks off in a hurry. Picture this: a 6'9" forward with a 7'2" wingspan who can switch across three positions, guard perimeter threats, and still step out to knock down the occasional three. That's the profile general manager Rob Pelinka has been craving ever since the Lakers watched the Timberwolves feast on the glass and slash through the paint. Could Sanders be the missing piece? Stay tuned, because when we return, we'll dig into the financial side of this potential move, how Pelinka might fit Sanders under the cap, what sacrifices the Lakers could make, and how this fits into the broader puzzle of retooling for a championship run. It's the kind of off-season intrigue that keeps Laker fans glued to their screens all summer long. Scouts can't stop talking about Sanders' two-way upside, and with good reason. At Pro Day, arguably one of the most critical stages for unheralded prospects, he not only showcased an NBA-caliber jump shot, drilling 8 of 12 triples in front of a sold-out crowd of front-office execs, but he also flashed defensive brilliance in live-action drills. In one standout moment, he rose to swat a fellow prospect's dunk attempt with textbook technique. Toes pointed, arm fully extended, palm perfectly positioned. Observers noted that his timing and explosiveness were eerily reminiscent of championship caliber, wings who have thrived under the Lakers' pace and space ethos. With a quoted wingspan north of 7'2", Sanders has the catch radius to alter shots at the rim and the quickness to stick with smaller guards, traits that scream modern NBA viability. Some insiders even whisper that head coach J.J. Redick personally lobbied GM Rob Pelinka. "We need a guy who can guard Luka on lift screens and seamlessly slide to wings without breaking a sweat. Sanders is that guy." Imagine the buzz in the Lakers' offices when Redick, known for his meticulous offensive schemes, plants that seed in Pelinka's ear late at night. But let's pump the brakes for a moment. Draft night came and went, and Sanders inexplicably fell to the late second round, just outside of LA's first and second-round pick range. Reports indicate Pelinka's war room went deathly silent when Sanders' name wasn't called, forcing scouts to reassess on the fly. Could Pelinka have traded up to secure him? The chatter among draft analysts suggested a potential deal, too. Swap a future second-rounder plus cash for that late second-round slot. Yet, nothing materialized. So now the league wonders, will the Lakers pursue Sanders as an undrafted free agent, knowing that other teams overlooked him? After all, the most legendary NBA stories often start with a hidden gem slipping through the cracks. Think Malcolm Brogdon, who won Rookie of the Year as a second-rounder, or Fred VanVleet, a 2016 draft night afterthought who later hoisted a championship with Toronto. Could Sanders be next in that lineage, an unrecognized talent who blossoms under Pelinka's developmental umbrella? Here's where it really gets juicy. Sources close to the Pelinka camp tell us that secret talks have already begun. Picture: Pelinka hunched over his phone late at night, his screen lit only by the glow of an offer sheet draft folder, fingers hovering over the send button. What could that opening offer look like? One NBA front office veteran speculated it might involve a 2027 second-round pick and a modest cash consideration, just enough to catch Memphis or Milwaukee's attention if they hold his rights. Another theory suggests LA could include a future first-round pick swap clause, giving Sanders' drafting team the choice between swapping for LA's protected 2028 or 2029 first-rounder. The deal Lysander Jones floated on Twitter even included sending a lightly used two-way contract slot in exchange for Sanders, granting his new team financial flexibility. After all, this is the Lakers. If there's a potential star hiding anywhere, Pelinka will find a way to unearth him. Now, let's dive deep into Sanders' actual game tape. Across 3 collegiate seasons, he posted averages of 14.8 points, 8.3 rebounds, and 1.9 blocks per game, numbers that leapt off advanced analytics dashboards. His college defensive rating ranked in the top 5% nationally among forwards, a testament to his versatility. Sanders regularly switched onto ball handlers in pick and rolls, using quick feet and active hands to disrupt passing lanes, then sprinted out to the three-point arc for catch-and-shoot opportunities. He demonstrated the ability to guard multiple positions, dropping back into drop coverage in zone schemes, then stepping up to hedge and recover in man-to-man sets. But beyond the box score, coaches rave about his basketball IQ. He processes, reads 2 steps ahead, communicates seamlessly on pick-and-roll coverages, and anticipates weak-side rotations. Combine that with an unselfish attitude, setting scrappy off-ball screens, diving for loose balls like a cornerback hunting a fumble, and hustling back on every transition defense, and you have the profile of a coach's dream. The Lakers' front office has long preached a philosophy of building through high IQ, high-character players who buy into a collective mission. Think of torchbearers like Alex Caruso, Kent Bazemore, and Dion Waiters, underdogs who arrived under the radar, but whose relentless hustle and team-first mentality endeared them to Laker Nation forever. Those players never sought the spotlight. They thrived in the shadows, doing the dirty work that doesn't show up on highlight reels, boxing out, diving for loose balls, setting off-ball screens, and communicating on every defensive rotation. Now, picture a similar profile in Kobe. Sanders, described by college teammates as mature beyond his years and the hardest worker in the gym, he fits that mold to a T. Could Rob Pelinka view Sanders as the quintessential glue guy, someone who anchors the second unit's defense, sparks energy each time he checks in, and fills every box that doesn't involve scoring? That appears to be the high-stakes bet. Imagine the mental image. It's late in the fourth quarter of a tied game, the Lakers have the ball with 20 seconds to play, and LeBron and Anthony Davis have both picked up fouls. Coach J.J. Redick calls in Sanders. He jogs onto the floor, arms ready, eyes locked onto the opponent's shifty backup guard. The whistle blows, Sanders mirrors the guard through a pick, steps under the screen, and forces a turnover. He hits the ground to secure the loose ball, pops up, and races the length of the court. As he speeds down the sideline, Davis tosses. Ew, a perfect lob. Sanders soars, finishing with a thunderous jam. Staples Center erupts. Social media notifications explode. Clips of Sanders' game winner flood every feed. Pundits marvel. Did Pelinka strike gold with an undrafted free agent? Lakers Nation would cherish that moment forever, celebrating the kind of two-way heroics that define championship teams. Yet, for all the promise, skepticism will inevitably swirl. Critics will point to the raw edges in Sanders' game. His shot, while showing flashes, remains tentative under NBA-caliber closeouts. He shot just under 30% from deep in college on limited attempts. His ball handling in catch-and-shoot situations can get jittery when nights are cold and arenas are loud. Will he adapt to LA's complex high IQ system? A scheme built around rapid read options, dribble handoffs, and relentless motion offense that demands split-second decision-making. Can he handle the bright lights of Staples Center? That stadium is more than wood and steel. It's a shimmering cauldron of expectation. Every misstep, every missed rotation, every off night would be magnified by national TV cameras, trade season, talk radio, and social media threads. Will he crumble under that glare, or will Sanders, like Caruso before him, rise to the occasion and thrive in the pressure cooker? Consider the front office process. Pelinka, ever the architect, is known for cooking up late-night moves that catch the rest of the league off guard. League whisperers say he's obsessed with hidden upside, always on the lookout for players with untapped potential. Insiders report that scouts have been sending full scouting packets on Sanders since early April, complete with microfilm breakdowns of his pick-and-roll defense, off-ball competitiveness, and transition three-point shooting. Pelinka's inner circle reportedly debated packaging a future second-round pick and a two-way roster spot to pry Sanders' rights from a rival team's late second-round selection. Another theory suggests LA could include a future protected, first-round pick swap clause, sweetening the deal enough to make Sanders' drafting team reconsider holding on to him. This is the franchise that once traded for D'Angelo Russell on draft night, an unorthodox move that paid dividends. If there's a blueprint for unearthing unheralded talent, the Lakers have drawn it up before. Now let's dive deeper into Sanders' collegiate body of work. Over 3 seasons at his mid-major program, he posted 14.8 points, 8.3 rebounds, and 1.9 blocks per game. Advanced metrics place his defensive rating in the top 5% nationally among forwards, thanks to his unique combination of foot speed, length, a reported 7'2" wingspan, and instinctual help defense. He routinely switched onto guards in pick-and-roll scenarios, using active hands and fluid slides to harass ball handlers, then sprinted out to the arc for catch-and-shoot triples. Coaches rave about his versatility. He can drop into drop coverage, hedge and recover on screens, or rotate over in zone schemes without hesitation. His passing is also underappreciated. You can see flashes of a willing facilitator, threading skip passes in the high post, hit-and-go dimes in transition. These are skills tailor-made for LA's space and pace offense, where decision-making and ball movement reign supreme. Beyond the numbers, Sanders' intangible traits jump off the screen. College coaches describe him as a coach's dream, someone who arrives at practice early, studies film late, and sets the tone in the locker room with a relentless work ethic. Teammates credit him with keeping spirits up during tough losses, organizing camaraderie events, and leading by example, never sulking after a bad performance, always rallying the group for the next challenge. That kind of maturity, at just 21 years old, has Pelinka's analytics team salivating. The Lakers' history with high-character underdogs, like Caruso, Bazemore, Rajon Rondo in 2020, shows how vital locker room chemistry can be in a grueling 82-game grind followed by high-stakes playoffs. Could Sanders be the next unassuming icon? Yet, we must address the potential pitfalls. Transitioning from college to the NBA is notoriously difficult, especially for defensive forwards asked to guard multiple positions. Sanders will face a steep learning curve, understanding complex pick-and-roll coverages, navigating NBA-level screens, and coping with physicality at the rim. He'll need to develop quicker timing on rebounds against stronger bigs and improve his vertical explosiveness to finish through contact. On offense, he must refine his catch-and-shoot rhythm, expand his dribble-drive repertoire, and develop trust in his mid-range floater, an essential NBA skill. And all the while, he'll have to find his place on a roster filled with stars and veterans drawing the lion's share of minutes. The road to rotation viability for undrafted players is littered with faded dreams, but the Lakers have repeatedly proven they can buck the trend. Now, imagine the narrative payoff if Pelinka's high-risk, high-reward pursuit comes to fruition. Picture Sanders stepping into the fourth-quarter rotation, delivering a stoppage-worthy defensive switch on a clutch play, then sprinting the length of the court to catch a Davis alley-oop. That play goes viral. Sanders, Lakers show, Lakers show, blares across ESPN, TNT, and every social media feed. Pundits debate his immediate impact, YouTube analysts break down his technique, and Lakers fans chant his name in unison. Suddenly, the hidden gem narrative manifests into real-world impact. A conference finals run buoyed by gritty two-way continuity, and a reminder that in Laker lore, the most unlikely heroes can become legends. Ultimately, the burning question looms. Could Kobe Sanders really be the next great under-the-radar pickup, an undrafted free agent who blossoms into a rotation stalwart? Or is this simply another off-season pipe dream, destined to evaporate once the season's opening night roster is revealed? Only summer workouts, rookie camp battles, and that final roster cut day will tell. But one thing's for certain. The mere possibility of Sanders donning purple and gold has already sent shockwaves across the NBA. From the Bay Area to Boston, fans and executives alike are whispering his name. If Pelinka pulls off this masterstroke, Lakers News Fan Report will be right there to deliver every twist, every secret meeting, and every game-winning highlight. So keep those notifications on and bear down.